So in 2025, we've gotten so creatively bankrupt that we name Gundams after colors now? Okay, since we have a white Gundam and a red Gundam, let me present this to you. We have a blue Gundam and a green Gundam. We have a grey Gundam that isn't actually grey, and also an assortment that can change color like a chameleon. We even have one that is fueled by the power of pride. What is going on, guys? MJ2005 Gundam here, and today I'm going to be reviewing the high-grade red Gundam from Mobile Suit Gundam GQuuuuuuX. Repainted from the stolen white Gundam, and having had the Alpha Psycho boot installed, it went missing after causing a mysterious phenomenon in the 1-year war, only to reappear in Universal Century 0085 to participate in the clan battles as the GQuuuuuuX's MAV. Even though this is a high-grade kit that is made of 11 runners and 2 sticker sheets, don't expect this to be a cakewalk. Because of the amount of detail they have to cram into such a tiny kit, a lot of small parts and stickers will be used, especially around the head. While you need to debone another fish because the chain is reused from the real grade Granddaddy 2.0 weapon set. So in essence, this feels kinda like a shrunken modern 1:100 full mechanics kit. Naturally, the build is also quite unique, partly for it being a GQuuuuuuX kit, but also for it reducing the size of the halves needed to form the parts, making the parts as free from seam lines as they could, while retaining the clean Evangelion-like aesthetics. And despite it being made up of reds and greys, the gate placement makes them easy to clean up. However, you might want to pay more attention to the rear of the shins. The thing is, the Red Gundam isn't exactly a complex kit to build, but it's just the intricacies of the design and thus the engineering warranting extra care. To start off with the aesthetics, it would be best to start with the kit in its basic form. I never really liked the design of the Gundam in GQuuuuuuX since it looks like it's, as the Gundam community aptly described it, on acid. The design just looks like a scrunched up paper ball with EVA limbs attached to it, with the only saving grace being the uniform red color scheme. But that's not the kit's fault, as it replicated the sporty athletic proportions quite well, almost uncannily well at parts, with the only critique being the face sensors not poking out far enough for the separated gloss blue piece to matter. Color choices are a bit dubious as they're more accurate to the anime than the line art, with the red still needing to be richer. But the part separation really went all out in separating the principal and minute details, especially around the head Vulcans. Similarly, a Xeon insignia is provided using a decal, and stickers are used on the head sensors, compound eyes, navigation lights on the shoulders, grey stripes on the forearms, orange on the thighs, and the surface details of the mounting brackets. All except the last ones have backups on the sticker sheet, and for good reason, as not only are the stickers minuscule, parts like the navigation lights, forearm stripes, and mounting brackets are applied over convex details, causing them to not look or adhere the best. You'd be better off painting those details in yourself. Speaking of which, there are also a lot of details that need painting in. Stuff like the Vulcan barrels, grey cheek details, the under eye and mouth sensor, Char's red for the bottom of the head and wrist socket, orange head and ankle details, chest vents, pelvis hydraulics, roll bars and small details on the wrists and hands, the red tops of the shoulder armor, dark grey behind the biceps and for the fingertips, some bright red details for the waist and legs, a dark grey around the thigh hydraulics, knee joint caps, and all of the recesses, green under the mounting brackets, and some dark grey and red details for the backpack thrusters and beam sabers. It's nowhere near as bad as the GQuuuuuuX, but you'll need a high level of finesse and precision to get all the details filled in. And if you're really feeling masochistic enough, you can probably do the warning labels on the beam sabers by hand. But if I'm honest, the only things that this kit really needs are panel lining to pick out the surface detail and match top coats to make the pink and red look less cheap. Otherwise, judging by the base body alone, the Red Gundam is pretty much good to go as it is. For articulation, the head is on an unrestricted ball joint, a hinged neck joint, and a hinge at the cheeks for extreme upwards movement. The ribs can swing all around on a polycap ball joint, while the shoulders are also on a ball joint. The shoulder armor can move independently for the arms to raise up, there's a bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, movable elbow mounts, and ball jointed wrists. The ball jointed torso and waist can provide wide ab crunches, and a full waist rotation. Meanwhile, the ball jointed hips can rotate all the way around, and push the legs to perform full side splits. The skirt-like blocks can also rotate if you wish. There's a thigh swivel, double jointed knees, and a double-hinged ball-jointed ankle at the mercy of the free ankle armor. Finally, the beam saber holsters are ball-jointed. On the whole, the articulation and solidity of the Red Gundam is great. However, I'm not a fan of the free ankle armor, and you'd have to work around the hip blocks to access its full range of articulation, making it not the smoothest to pose. And also, the navigation light stickers are not the best to work with, but that's besides the point. Accessories start with the basic hand options, consisting of a pair of holding hands and the left open palm. As for weapons, the beam sabers on the back can be slipped into the hand for use with the SB13 beams with no problem, while the redesigned classic beam rifle, that features a movable scope and foregrip, can be sandwiched into the holding hands for use as well. Similarly, the hammer with missing orange indents and a fully flexible chain can be inserted into the hand after removing the anchor part for a reliable grip, while an adapter allows the hammer to be mounted onto a display base for various poses. Sadly, the anchor parts cannot be plugged into the hammerhead to recreate just the ball. However, it's the shield where things get funny. Visually, it looks good despite the dark grey stickers, the hit armor's Xeon insignia with the choice between clean or scratched up, and the missing white window frame and orange details underneath. As for usage, you can either sandwich it into the holding hand for a fairly solid grip, store it on the backpack with a custom adapter, or tediously swap out the elbow mounts for ones with pegs in order to equip the shield onto the arm. Granted, the mount is adjustable like the Gundam Hajiroboshi, and the shield does have two positions you can mount it with, but it is still a bit of a faff. That brings me to the bits, and having not liked their design from the start, I still am not fond of them now. Featuring red stickers for the thrusters and some missing grey and orange details, they plug onto the shoulders after those mounts were swapped out for the ones with pegs. And if I'm honest, they look like gigantic cancer tumors when mounted, as they weren't made for a mobile suit in the first place. Similarly, by using their own mounting hardpoints, the bits can also be sent out using separate bases for independent display. On that note, there are functional weapon mounts for both shoulders, elbows, and calves, so yes, you can have some flexibility for weapon customization. But let's be honest, the way they're implemented and with how the bits are formed from their own separate runners, I know damn well Bandai is planning to advance this guy's condition into stage 3 with a P-Bandai release. But for now, coupled with the universal backpack connections, you can still make use of these mounts and bits in your own way. The high-grade Red Gundam is in a unique position for me, since despite its polarizing design, the efforts put into translating the design into a small kit like this are creative and excellent. The sculpting and part separation are far beyond high-grade standards, it has a good amount of weapons, all of which function well, and honestly it has so much merit in the straight build aesthetics that the missing paint apps don't matter much if at all. But it is precisely how good it is on paper that the flaws that do matter stick out even more. The faff with the arm connectors and the intricacy of the build are relatively minor, but the stickers on the convex surfaces and the need to really work around the design of the lower body for posing are blemishes on the overall package. Never mind how some people might consider this an incomplete kit for how it does not have 6 bits. But even with all of that considered, Bandai has already pushed the boundaries with this kit. So if you want the offspring of Casval's Gundam and EVA Unit 2 in your collection, the high-grade Red Gundam is still a recommendable kit despite its flaws, whether they are impactful, or if a white paint scheme and bazooka are preferred instead of the hammer and bits, are in the eyes of the beholder. And that's all for me. Thank you for watching, drop a like and comment if you did enjoy the video, subscribe for more content like this, and a special thank you to the channel members, credits in the description below. That said, take it easy, stay safe, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out guys, bye bye.